Hello guys, in the following video I'll be showing you how to change the transmission fluid of the TG81SC gearbox. The process itself is quite similar to the fluid change of the 6-speed auto, and here again Volvo claims that no maintenance is necessary as they put a lifetime oil. However, if you're a person who plans on exploiting their vehicle a long time, you definitely need to do this service every 60,000 kilometers. The normal practice is to do 3 fills and drains, but this time I'm gonna do only 2 as the car has had the oil replaced recently. So we are starting with removing the air inlet cover. What we have here is 2 6mm head flange screws. You need to remove them in order to take the cover off. The next step would be to take off the plastic inlet. The easy way of doing that is by pressing on the plastic pin and just pulling it out. Now we need to loosen the hose clamp. Having done that, we can now unplug the mass air flow sensor. Next we need to remove the 6 T25 torque screws. As you are doing that, you may want to check the condition of the air filter. As you can see, mine is very dirty, so I'm definitely gonna replace it after the second oil filling. The push mount zip tie normally sits where the arrow is. Bear in mind that you don't need to cut it, it should come off just by pulling it out. The gearbox now will be held only by 3 bushings, so the way to remove it will be by pulling it. Now, as we have access to the fuel plug, we need to get T55 Torx bit, reach it down and just loosen it. It's a good idea to replace the O-ring after the final fill. Now, as we made sure the plug is not seized, we can put it back on and move to the drain plugs. The next step is to take the under tray off. On the V40s, those 4 front screws tend to rust badly, so it's a good idea to get them replaced. The part numbers will be in the video description. Moving on to the actual drain plug removal, we start first with the level plug, which is T40. Note that not much of oil will come out. Next, we remove the main plug, which is 70mm hex. You should expect about 3.5 liters to drain. Once finished, we reinstall the plugs back on. Now we can do our first bottle pouring. Once finished, we need to assemble back the airbox. Try not to forget to plug back the air sensor. Now we want to start the engine and run through the gears. The idea of that is to get the new oil mixed with the remaining old oil. It's recommended to hold a couple of seconds on each gear. What you can also do is get into the manual shifting mode. This way you can get up to third gear, after which we can return back to parking. We can now do the second oil drain. The procedure is the same as before, except that I'm going to replace now the main plug O-ring, as that's going to be my last drain. The main plug needs to be torqued to 35 Nm. The small plug can be hand tightened, as we're still gonna need to do the oil leveling later. We lower the car again and pour the second and last bottle of oil. As that's gonna be my last filling, I'm gonna replace the O-ring of the fuel plug as well. The fuel plug is torqued to 35 Nm. We can finally reinstall everything back. I'm gonna also replace the air filter. The plastic vent should go in quite easily. You'll hear it when it clicks. Connect the air sensor and put back the zip tie to its mount. Next, in order to set the fluid level correct, you need to connect your diagnostic tool. What you need to display is the transmissional temperature sensor reading. The gearbox needs to be between 50 to 60 degrees before we remove the level plug and drain the residue oil. Temperature has been reached, so we can remove the level plug now and wait till the oil starts to drip. In the meantime, I'm going to replace the O-ring. The level plug needs to be torqued to 8 Nm. The last stage is to reset the adaptation. It's recommended but not compulsory. So that was it. Thank you for watching. I've tried to keep the video short while highlighting the important steps. Hope you find it useful.